Hearing about coronavirus for months, this outbreak is now officially a pandemic.
But who makes that call? And what does it mean? Bruce Johnson joins us now with that explanation. A lot of people are wondering what it means, Bruce.
Yeah, absolutely. The World Health Organization officially made the call today. Here's how the Director General described their decision.
Pandemic is not a word to use lightly or carelessly. It's a word that, if misused, can cause unreasonable fear or unjustified acceptance that the fight is over.
Not make that decision lightly, but here's why they say they had to do it. Look at this map. Countries in blue have confirmed cases of the coronavirus. That's 116 countries. That's the biggest part of declaring a pandemic. It's an epidemic that has spread over several countries or continents, especially a virus that most people do not have immunity to. Take Ebola and Zika, for example. They were contained to a single region, so they were both considered just epidemics, as if that's a small thing. The only other current pandemic is HIV/AIDS. Leslie.